about what was going to happen and how we were going to have to deal with it. But I do appreciate what you're doing. And if the roundtable does meet again and y'all do change the list any, my district would really like some of these sidewalks that are on that list. So,
question now, that on the 800 million a day that we talked about the federal state fuel tax, is that annual?
That's annual, yes.
What was your name, sir?
Quentin Beeman.
Pardon?
Quentin Beeman.
Mr. Scott?
Yeah, I don't have any ire towards what y'all are doing. You got elected to a job and appointed to a job, but I've got a lot of confidence in the American voters and the Lowndes County voters and all the other voters. And I'll tell you what, payback in politics is hell. We saw it here locally when they voted in Sterling. We saw it when they annexed a bunch of us into the city that didn't want to be in there. Those people lost their jobs. These representatives, a lot of them are going to lose their jobs. But in the meantime, they've got you spending a lot of your time, effort, and energy doing a cockamamie story that they cooked up to transfer the problem to somebody else. They don't want it. I had one state legislator tell me, he said, look, we've been dipping into transportation funds in Georgia for 20 years and spending them on other issues. Now, this is an honest representative. He said, if money was spent properly, we've got enough money. So that's where I got my first clue from, is when a legislator tells you that, and I believe that, we're taxed enough. We got 2 local option SPLOSTs that will build anything we need to build in this town. We don't need another tax. We don't want another tax. If you want one, just write them a check, send them money. But personally, I think it's out of line. I think the whole transfer of responsibility is out of line. I think the tax is mislabeled because it's not a local option sales tax. It's a regional tax. The administration is unknown. That's something you haven't talked about. What's it going to cost to administer all these?
To answer that question, in our region, it's $7.5 million over the 10-year period to administer these projects. That is built into the cost of the project list. You'll notice on the project list at the very bottom, there's a $7.5 million administration fee that is included in that.
And current 2 local taxes that you mentioned be used for transportation projects.
The local SPLOST, if those projects are on the list, yes. It depends on how when they create those, it depends on how.
It can be used for transportation.
Yeah.
If they choose to.
If they choose to, yes.
Typically,
I'd also like to say, John Quarterman again, that I always try to remind people, this is not Cory Hall's fault, it's not the SDRC's fault. They're just doing their job of administering what was handed to them. I understand the comments from the chair there. It's unfortunate that you've all been put in this position. And I wasn't making an actual political comment, but I will say it is exactly the tax to none philosophy that has got us in this position, because that's what they're trying to do, is they're trying to get us to have to be stuck with this thing and then be in a position where it's voted down and a number of things will not be funded. Now, I agree with almost everything. You won't hear me say this often. I agree with almost everything else Bill McCott said. It is an additional bureaucracy. In addition to that, it is the state taking more direct control over local government under the guise of regional what? I mean, this is not an elected legislature for the region, maybe in pieces like the mayor. I mean, the whole thing is a bad idea. It needs to be voted down. And if somebody wants to spend money, maybe they should spend money suing the state to find out if it's even legal. That's my comment.